Climate change protesters have begun their bid to shut down the Kingsnorth power station in Kent. About 1,500 demonstrators have gathered at the camp for climate action. They're trying to bombard the plant from land, air and sea. More than 1,000 police officers are on duty this weekend to try to keep them under control. Our environment correspondent Catherine Jacob is at the climate camp near the Kingsnorth power station in Kent. And how are the demonstrators' efforts getting on, Catherine?
Hello there. Yes, we've just relocated from the climate camp down to Kingsnorth, which you can see looming in the distance behind me. That's the target of the protesters' anti-coal campaign here and what could be the site of the first UK coal-fired power station in 30 years. As far as the protesters go, well, we understand most of them have now left the camp. There were at least more than 1,000, we reckon, that walked by us on the main march. But, of course, it's not just the main march that's trying to get here. We've always understood that small groups of protesters were willing to break the law in order to make their point, and some of them have been trying to do just that this morning so far. We had one breakout group very early on before the main march left, trying to avoid the stop and searches from the police. Around 100 or so of them, we understand, ran through fields towards the power station and clashed or had some skirmishes anyway with police. There were a couple of arrests made there. Someone split their head apparently when some truncheons were used. Another group, of course, the Great Rebel Raft Regatta that we've been talking about all week. This was the protesters trying to launch a flotilla of rafts and makeshift vessels that they've been trying to construct all week when their materials haven't been confiscated by police, that is, and to launch them on the Medway. Now, yesterday, police announced that the harbour master was banning this regatta and that anyone getting onto the water could face arrest and were putting their own lives and the lives of any rescuers at risk. However, we understand, and we should be getting pictures shortly, that a number of protesters have managed to get onto the water and that already a number of arrests have been made. Other groups too heading in this direction, breakout groups or affinity groups as they call them, who may try to get under or over fences. We've seen a couple of groups of smaller groups of protesters with maps trying to find other routes around to try, presumably, to avoid the police, because as they've said all week, their main intention is indeed to shut Kingsnorth Power Station down. With the amount of police here, of course, that aim looks very unlikely.
Catherine, more from you throughout today, but thanks for now.